How do?
Yeah, then.
Ned. What was that? What sort of accent's that?
You know, we say more like, how's it going? All right.
Well, say what you want, you know what I mean? So, this is Steve. Steve conspired with Sean, lost childhood, yeah, talking about me, deciding when they were going to come and sit in the van. Yeah, so Sean's done it. Steve's here.
Sean's coming as...
Yeah, do you know?
Right. No, I didn't know you meant that way. Right, no, I've got mixed up there. Right,
Yeah.
right. Good, yeah.
So, I don't know where we're going with this. I'm just going to let him start.
So,
No pressure.
Yeah, no. So I've got in contact with you, basically, to promote my YouTube thing, which we'll get onto there.
Yep.
But so I've already done, well, I've just done 2 podcasts now. One with Sean in October, maybe.
Yep.
About being in a Japanese prison. I served 630 days. It's like going on 2 years over there. 28th of October I got arrested, sentenced 20th of January, the year three months after.
2009.
I got 5 years, 100 days and a 1 million yen fine, which is I'm not fully sure what it is now. I think it's about 4 or 5 grand or something fine. But what I'd it's funny, I forgot a lot of these things. I'd worked it off in the prison even before I'd left.
Oh,
so
yeah.
whatever he was earning in this factory job,
Yeah.
at some point it got worked off.
Oh, yeah, so you can actually pay your debt off.
Right now, I can't work this out because I was talking about the money, how much it was and the equivalent. I presumed, or somebody said, we were earning like pennies a day.
Yeah.
But then I heard how much 1 million yen was worth. I thought, well, we couldn't have been earning pennies a day.
No, not if you're in that length of time. And
No, and also like in there, yeah, the money you got, you could buy. Like I bought a pair of trainers, writing books, pens, pencils, tiny little chopsticks. It really was, compared to England, like the canteen you get, it was nothing. You couldn't smoke, couldn't drink, you weren't allowed to eat in the cells. There was no extra anything.
Right, you know, people keep asking best prisons in the world and all this. So, everyone who's watching this will know what English prison's like.
Yeah.
Did you know it were coming? Did you know that you'd done wrong and you were going to get arrested and locked up?
Well, yeah.
You did?
Very close to. I could have got out of it in some ways, but...
Did you try and do a runner?
No, but I seriously thought about it. The reason I didn't, because I thought I was looking at one of the worst 2 years.
Yeah.
It was only just under 2 kgs of cannabis, you know, the brown resin.
Yep.
That stuff.
No, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
Of course I do, yeah.
So it was that stuff. And relatively, I knew somebody a few years before who got caught with double the amount.
Yeah.
And they got 2 years. But 1 year was for the cannabis, 1 year was for a dodgy passport. So I'm thinking, worst comes to worst. Anyway, cut a long story short, when I did get caught, the British Embassy came to see me the first day and said, you're looking at 4 to 10 years. I was like, wow. I said, I'm not. I said, well, I was giving it, no, I know somebody did it. He went, look, you've come at the worst time. There's some students from a famous place in Tokyo University, a sumo, all these famous people, they've gone, right, we're having a crack down on cannabis. And yeah, you've come at a bad time. I'm like, oh, shit.
What were you doing in Japan?
Smuggling drugs.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah. I'd actually.
No, right, so why would you be in Japan smuggling? Were you travelling?
It was big money. No. It was big money. And it was the old one last job. I was actually a private investigator. I just started this private investigating.
Is that where this comes from?
No, this is my sailing outfit, my sailing tash, whatever.
Okay. Have you got one of them cat?
No, this is my sailing hat. This is me.
Very. Not sure what the word is.
Yeah, exactly. Twatty.
Twatty.
Yeah. So, go on. Where was I then? And
dealing drugs in Japan.
No, I wasn't dealing drugs. We were smuggling drugs around Europe and also lots of other places. And anyway, I'd done it 4 years before, got away with it, swore I'd never do it again. It was very dodgy. You know, I thought not only just getting through, but when we got to Tokyo, we thought we were going to get shot with these. It was all
Dodgy
like
people are there. They don't mess about, do they?
yeah. We really thought we were going to get done over in the hotel, swapping the bags over and everything. Do you know there's a scene in Scarface where the two guys go up. Oh no, Scarface goes up, and they end up getting cut with all in the. But I could see that happening. Wow. But anyway, thankfully it didn't. So I was very relieved to get away with it, and I was like, I'm never going to do that again. 4 years later, I do it again. I did a few trips around Europe as well. So the money from Europe was only like 5,000 either euros or pound. I can't really remember.
Yep.
But it wasn't a lot. You could soon spunk it off, as they say. You know, like it doesn't last that long. Then I thought, right, I'm going to start this private investigation thing in Thailand. Got all that going, and I thought, right, I literally just started it, but I thought I'll get one last big job, which was going to be Japan. Honestly can't remember what the money was. Let's just say it's like 10 grand, 12 grand or something like that. But I do that, and then that's me done.
You're not talking mega bucks now, though, are you?
No, not at all.
People are importing millions and shit like that.
No. I mean, it wasn't really. Well, of course, it was about the money, but it was about just staying in Thailand and basically coming away from avoiding situations back home, really. Just hiding. You know, I thought a lot about why I've done it and the reasons and this and that, but it was basically just hiding away from like bad shit that's happened in England. Not this anybody else's fault other than my own. You know, I fully admit that. And I never want to go there with that. It was all my doing, nobody else's doing. Same with any people say, "Oh, did you meet? Did you get?" No, it was all completely me. And I never blamed anybody. I never want to blame anybody for how I got caught and this and that. You know, sometimes there's a lot of this, and especially in the prison system, people blaming.
Oh, of course they do.
I didn't do it. I got stitched up and all that. You got to hold your fucking hand up and get on with it. So eventually, I got caught 28th of October 2008, and that's where I was off. 5 year, 100 days, 1 million and fine.
What's their court system like? Is it like over here where you just...
Right, so this is what we were told. It seemed very true what was getting around. You basically, once you went past, I think it was 20 days, when you were going to go to the court, you were going to get done, like 99%. So there's no point trying
you're not on remand or all like that.
No, you're done. A mate of mine, Paul, maybe we'll talk about him at one point. I just spoke to him yesterday, but he was doing a lot bigger sentence, and he tried to
fight it,
yeah. And he ended up doing, I think it was close to a year in a detention centre, and that year doesn't come off. It's just a wasted year. I knew he was going to do it. I said, Paul, for Christ's sake, take it on the chin. He said, no, I can't. I said, I've got to somehow. His wife had just had a child and all this kind of thing. It was like, so his story was a lot worse than mine. He was a genuine kind of innocent-ish kind of guy, whereas I was like a dickhead trying to get money to go on the piss. You know, different stories and all these kind of things, aren't they? But anyway, so I knew what I was going to get. You go in the first, it's called Saiban, and then you come back 2 weeks later. Yep. So the initial thing was 7 years. I got a 7 years one. There is a funny story to this, but maybe have a look on the Sean Atwood one, because I accidentally said, when I was saying sorry, I said big tits in Japanese instead of gomenasai. I said upai. Anyway, you know, it was like it wasn't the best thing to say, but my head was absolutely smashed. I'd just been told you're getting 7 years, even though I did know it was going to go down less, because over that 100 days in the police station, it was a conveyor belt of people. They've done their 3 months, so they were on the way out. You got people coming in. It was like that. You see them coming back. What do you get? Like 10 years, 8 years, 12 years. So relatively, I was one of the...
Is there many English speaking or...?
Not that many. There was one English guy. There was like 6 down, slightly involved with our gang that was in there, which is another story. In my cell, there was an Australian airline pilot. I was in the first 2 days with him. He was like superb.
When you got locked up,
When I got locked up in the police station, so he helped out a lot. I was really lucky to have him in. In them 2 days, he told me so much information about, and because the other two Japanese couldn't speak that good English, even though the older guy was really helpful, lovely old guy, really trying to help me what things, just like leaning against the wall. He said, Stephen, you need to learn to not lean against the wall, because, like, you know, in the police station, because you're not sentenced there, are you? It's like it's more like an American style jailhouse. You know, with that kind of thing, that kind of vibe. And people talking, radio's on, heating's on.
So why don't you lean against the wall?
You're just not allowed to do it.
All right, it's just like
the books you get is something like that of what you can't do in this and that. And you've got like a long time to read in these books, and you do like a 2-week training in future of how you should be behaving and things like that. It's unbelievably strict in the way it all is.
Had you any idea what Japanese prisons were like? Because obviously over here, if you were going to get licked up, you'd have an idea, wouldn't you?
I'd looked into it a bit when, obviously I knew where I was going there, and I talked to some people. I always remember, I think I'd gone on to, this was when, what's it called, the computer shops, do you know what I mean? Them.
Yeah. Internet cafes.
Internet cafes, yeah. I remember going to have a look. There's very little information now, so then there was really little information. But I remember somebody saying to me, they said they're one of the best in the world for looking after, like, hospitals and all that. I'm thinking, all right, yeah, so maybe it's not that bad. I didn't know anything about the strictness. I just heard somebody saying it's one of the best prisons for being, and it probably is for the hospitals and treatment, that kind of thing. It's very hard to get in there. I had no trouble, mate. I had a bit of trouble with my toe, some dentist, whatever I had trouble with, I was sorted to straight away.
Really?
I was in the tug of war team, which maybe we'll get to. Well, that was a massive thing in my favour. It stopped me going into punishment a few times. But I didn't really see other people having that much trouble. But I did hear that, I don't know, just like a basic thing, you got a headache, like the right again thing, you write that down. I forget what it's called in England. Some of you write to the officers.
Yeah, just like a medical app or something like that.
That's it, yeah. So you do that, and people will be saying, like, say with a headache, they've been waiting days, and you know, after a headache, you want to get straight away, don't you?
Yeah.
But I remember, like, being in the cell saying, like, I've got a bit of a headache, and the next minute, paracetamol's come.
Really?
And that was, so you hear, like anything, you hear different versions of it.
So what, all right, so when you went in, right, so you've been sentenced, is there like a reception, like in our countries, where you go in, you're processed?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to keep your own clothes and stuff like that?
No.
It's all prison stuff.
All prison stuff. So go if I talk, there's two places I went. First, after the arrest, you go to the detention centre.
Yep.
Chiba. Do like is it a month more? It felt like forever anyway. But you go in there, then you're getting used to the prison system. It's very similar, but you've still not been. You've got that 20 days, or whatever, to.
Yeah.
And then once you go, right, that's it. Then you go and change your clothes. So I was in there with all my clothes at first.
Yeah.
It was that cold. I put every single item of clothes on. It was. I didn't have a hat. I had my underpants on my head.
Is it like proper cell block like we have over here?
No. Well, so when I first went in, so we'd heard about this Chiba and it sounded really good.
Yeah.
It goes to show how people know fuck all. They said, right, so what we were in is nice and warm.
Yeah.
You could talk to people, this and that. The food wasn't the best and you was a bit hungry, but it wasn't that bad. If you had money, you could get like an extra meal a day and stuff. So anyway, what we heard about Chiba, I remember them saying, oh, there's a radio on, and there might be a TV in the cell, there's people in, and I thought, this sounds all right, this detention bit, before you go into the prison. So, and I've gone into it that first night. By the time I've gone through the procedure, got put in that cell, it's so cold.
Were you on your own?
It's on my own. I've gone with like, there was like two other guys, older guys, they were like kind of limping, it was all, I don't know, just creepy. So we went to this like corner. It was a down first floor. So the first night was on this first floor thing before I went up in the big main prison. So you're in there, it's absolutely freezing. And I've got my clothes down, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I thought, I didn't expect this. So I'm in the cell by myself, really quiet, and I'm kind of straight away thinking, Jesus. Excuse me, they're like, no, stop, damn it, cannot. I'm going, okay, I forgot even what I was trying to ask. I mean, like, can I, it was all like, oh, I thought, right, okay, right, here we go, I'm sat there. It wasn't that long before this meal came, but I do remember the meal being really good. That was the only thing that was true. It was like a big fish and a Ribena drink with, whatever it was like, and a big helping of sticky rice. So it was like, oh, right, this meal's good, but I couldn't get over the cold. Couldn't get over the cold. I was literally going, it's like being an icebox. It's similar coldness to England when we're at our coldest. It's not like extreme, but when you're in a concrete box, it really is. Honestly, I've never felt cold like it for so long, like months on end. I couldn't wait.
What were the guards like? You know, are they dressed formally, carrying guns?
No, they're not carrying guns. They've all got the uniform. Most of them, I would say, seem very simple. In a way that
working class type.
It's almost like in an army where you've got when you got your big bosses, you feel the difference in that power.
Yeah.
You know, like you've got your big bosses, then you got the other guys who are like I don't know, smaller.
Is it in Japan? Is that a good job or is it a menial job for them? Do you think?
I'm not sure. I thought about that. I would say it was. I would say maybe like a respected job, but again at different levels. Because the ones that was in the police station, they all seemed not backward, but a little bit like special. You know, like they go, let's give the special people a job in the police station, looking, you know, because probably around them, it's a lot more secure because it's in the police station. Yeah. But the ones who were actually doing the job, they did come across as, not all of them, definitely some of them weren't, but we talked about it, we're going,
could you not work them out?
Yeah, like, is this like a normal thing? That, but they were, especially the first lot, that was really friendly and like trying to help us all out.
Didn't feel threatened or like that?
Eh?
Didn't feel...
No, like, so the first day I've gone in there, you know, the first time you take your clothes off and...
strip search.
The strip search, right? Yeah. So obviously my head's absolutely fucking mashed and they're going like, take clothes off. I'm like, oh, okay. And then this older guy, he's going, okay, he's like, he's like, Stephen, like sumo. He's going left, right, like laughing. I'm going, I can almost see a funny side to this. Oh my God, I'm bollock naked, pretending to be a sumo with some, you know, like, it was almost a bit relieving, like, but maybe the first bit of humour, even on, you know, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
So you've not taken a phone in with your old?
No, no, fuck. No, no, yeah, that was like the first strip thing. There was another thing, like when I went to Chiba, how I was told that you have to bend over and to look up your arse and that kind of thing. It's weird saying this because I've only just told this on Monday and I'm not really told the story that much. It's my mate was when I told the story. He's going, make sure you tell that story when they... I've got, oh, for fuck's sake. So when I bent over and amongst all this shouting and all that shit, I think, this is the open your arse bit. No, he's going mad at me. He's going, no, back of your feet. I want to see the back of your feet. I'm going, oh, sorry, I thought it was the open the arsehole bit.
No, you see, in our prison we do that. Seat soles your feet, make sure you've got nothing. Right,
I mean, compared to England, when I first went to Wandsworth, again, you go through all that, and you just kind of, I remember them saying, "Oh, keep your t-shirt on." Like it was like a different stages of it. I thought it felt a lot more.
Well, you're not fully undressed all the time.
I think. I mean, I don't know if they do know if I've just come from on a plane in Japan. At least you soon get lost into the system, don't you? Where
of course you do.
You go from the two. You don't mind saying screws, do you?
No,
because you get mixed up. Because you're in that screws officers. The two lads that came pick me up, they were proper sound, and we'll be going into that soon because they were like a massive help. But yeah, how in England you do it is
different.
It doesn't seem.
So when you're in Japan and you get in the prison proper, well, obviously you've done a little bit of jail or here. How does it compare?
No, I've never done it. I've never been in prison before that.
No, over here you've been.
No, I am, no.
Did you not come back over here after?
I came back over it after, but beforehand I'd never been in prison.
So you can compare the two though?
I can do now, yeah.
So,
now,
yeah,
of course, yeah.
So what was it like over there compared to our jail?
Things doing it. Massively different. The complete, probably in everywhere, the opposite. I mean, you name it, it's opposite.
Activity over there. You said you had a job.
In the cells, you were, before you went into the factory and stuff, there was like 20 minutes a day inside the room, unless the weather was okay. Like in Chiba, you went upstairs in this dog pen.
Yeah.
These long, not long, ear to the fence there, 10 metres.
Yeah.
With a netting over you.
Yeah.
And like a slit, like a castle slit at the end. So he just walks up and down.
Is that your exercise?
That's your exercise. But so there's the same as maybe 20 of them on this roof.
Yeah.
If you got to the left hand side, which I'd soon worked, you can get a bit of sun on you. I'll never forget that feeling of getting the sun. I didn't realise how long I've been without any sun. So I'm like there, the corner of this walking up and down thing like that, going, oh, you feel the heat. I'm like, oh my God. I was just soaking it in. You know, I can really feel like the power of like what the sun really is. So very basic in nature, like.
See, it's funny how you said that, because when I first went into prison, when I first went into Forest Bank, everyone looks pasty.
Yeah.
You know the cons? You walk in and everyone, there's no suntan, no nothing like that.
Well, it's a pasty way of living. A lot of people that end up in there, innit?
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's not good, is it?
No, well, I wasn't. I was living on the beach, having partying all the time. No, I wasn't.
Proper shock to the system then.
Fucking just a bit, yeah. It was massive shock to the system.
Any bullying? Did you see any fights? Did you ever fear for your life?
No, I never felt for my life, not one bit. I don't think the whole of the time, never. A few occasions. Oh no, probably, again in Sean Atwood 1, I talked about this. There was a guy who was the main translator. When you first go in the factory, you sit at the bottom. You have the big tanter stand there, like the screw. The big boss, he's up on a thing. It's like the same as most factory life in Japan. Very similar.
Yeah.
You're in a big room with a big boss up there, and you're all having your own tables. And they have this system of doing stuff where somebody brings something to you, you crack on doing it. That's what you do.
Everybody
all the different bits of jobs. You're doing your job. Like, you're putting pens together, ballpoint pen. So I'm doing this pen, and right, I've run out of pens. I'll go, hey! There's always a lot of it's very quiet, but there's also a lot of shouting. When you do speak, and so you go, hey! I go, Stephen! FQ foreigner. FQ, fuck you, like that.
Really?
Yeah. FQ Stephen! I go, is there any guys in my ass? Please can I have some work? And so it kind of worked like that. So this guy was one of the guys that was helping and explaining in the factory.
Yeah.
But he was in there for life. He spoke really good English and that. And he had the mask on. And as I was talking to him, I thought, yeah, this guy seemed alright.
He's asked, the mask?
The mask, what we all wear now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So he's got the mask on, so I can't fully see him. I can just see he's a youngish lad, 25, something like that. And I thought he seems alright, but when he eventually got to in break time, people were saying, oh, that guy, he's a bad one. He may be very smart and all that, but he's in for life. He'd done something bad to some young girl when they were at college or something. So we didn't get fully know, but we heard it was very bad what he'd done, and he was like, Ken, this American guy, always used to say, he says, he's still got blood on his hands. You can see it in his eyes. And whatever, you know, like,
yeah.
I thought, yeah, there's something not right about this. So this is all in the first few days. I've not had my hair cut for like the first 4 months. So eventually you get your hair cut every month though. It's just like a skinhead. And so anyway, I go, all right, Stephen, you go up in the factory and this guy's, there's a mirror there, you're getting your hair cut like. So I'm sitting there, I thought, all right.
It seems very civilised, this.
I guess might be giving you the wrong impression.
No. Did you work every day?
Not every, like normal, but you had a lot of holidays. When you say holidays, Like Christmas with 10 days, you never left the cell, your own cell for 10 days. Right. You couldn't wait to get out to the factory. It was great to because you're having like a 20 minutes talk at the end of you can't eat and speak. You're on like a table with 6 of us that sit there very strict. Eat, finish, close your eyes, sit there, close your eyes, wait for them to say right, talk.
Is that tradition?
No, that's Japanese thing. No, that's a prison thing.
Instilling a sort of conditioning and that.
I guess so. It's just to stop anybody literally doing anything. We had this little system. Me and South African guy across from me, like we were like this. He wouldn't eat certain things, and I was starving. So I said to him, "Listen, can we? You will get sent to punishment if you swap anybody's food." But as the Tanto-san went past that way, Quinton would flick it to me, and I would flick my empty one quick like that, and I'd scoff it down. By the time in that split seconds, I was like, "Oh, thank you." You know what I mean? Just it was very. They were on the ball like that because we got caught doing it. He was in the tug of war team as well. Yeah. The big boss, after it all, he'd seen it, didn't say anything. After he says, "You two come here." He says, "Listen, I've seen you doing the oh shit." We would definitely be doing a month's punishment for that.
And what would that involve? Punishment?
That involves sat there. Like you either sit with your legs crossed like that on the floor, or your legs under, your hands on there. For I think it's 8 hours a day. You got a head, eyes open, think about what you've done wrong and all.
Sit like that.
Yeah, sit like
8
that.
8 hours.
8 hours all day.
Hell.
No, there's no writing, nothing, no books or anything. When it comes to night time, you just got to sit and reflect. What have you done wrong and why you're not going to do it?
It's not sounding that good now.
No. Believe me. Even though I never did the punishment, I knew like Quinton ended up. He got caught drinking a bit of juice, like a carton. When you get your food, you got to put everything back. There's nothing allowed in. He kept his carton and tried to have a little bit of juice. He got caught, so he did a month's punishment for that.
Wow, fucking hell.
And also, right, if you don't say like if you get caught like moving or doing something you shouldn't be doing, they will start the punishment from then. So you go, right, your punishment starts now. You know what I mean? Say like your three weeks.
Is this to keep order? This because it is very sort of structured, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for you to contemplate and learn what you've done wrong and how you should.
So to bring in the old.
It's a kind of brainwashing for you, but it's got a huge percentage of people not going back in there. I forget, you know, if you look in, I think Japan is the best in the world.
80% reoffending like us or something
no,
like
that. No, it's, I'm not sure what it is, but it's very, very, it's not, you know, you get a taste of that, you don't really want to do that again. And mate, you know, as we're talking, that well, as much as I didn't like it and blah, 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 I do have a lot of respect for that system after seeing the other system, which is just a fucking joke. It really is. It's fucking embarrassing. It clearly doesn't work. No. It's just mamby-pamby, all this, what's the word for it? The way the world's gone now with the...
It's all this PC snowflake.
PC does me fucking head in shit.
Political correctness.
I had somebody nick my watch when I were in there, in Risley. I was fucking fuming, I was. I was more annoyed for myself for leaving it out. Anyway, these two lads come in looking at my drawings and shit. Next minute, they've gone off on my fucking watch. I know 100% it's them. I've gone down to them. They've already like moving cells. It's gone.
Yeah.
I says, right, listen, lads, says, get me fucking watch back. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and I don't give a fuck what you lot think or say. So I'll be going to the fucking screws and having a word about it. So I'm going to go upstairs with my pad. I've got 5 minutes. Just bring it. I said, it's only a fucking shitty copy from Goa. It's not a. It's a $5 fucking copy. It's not, you know. Yeah. But it's the point is, I'm not going to fucking stand for it. So I'm not having you cunts go and saying if I have to, I will go over there and fucking grass one of you cunts up. Or you can call it grass, and I'm going to say you're just fucking out of order. You're a thieving fucking twat. I was fuming.
Calm down, it's only a $5 watch.
I'm reliving it. Anyway, so obviously don't bring it back. I went down again. I said, right, so it's your last chance. I mean, fucking no. Okay, I thought I don't give a fuck what they call me. I goes over to the officers and I explained it all. They've had a look on the cameras. Yeah, we can see that. I said, but we can't. I knew it. I knew it was. And I said to him, I said, right, well, do me a favour, just let me go into the room with that lad, so I'm going to kick the fuck out of him. He went, I know, because I got on well with the screws and all that. I got on well with nearly everybody. They went, I would let you do it normally. Like back in the day, we would definitely let you do it, but we can't do it now. And I'm going, oh, fucking hell. So I've ended up going, calming down, and I'll think, right, forget about it. But that was one of the times that really fucking pissed me off.
I want to take you back to Japan then. So you have a lot of respect. You thought about what you'd done.
Yeah.
So, joking aside, was it super structured and discipline and everything else? There's no violence, no nothing like that.
Very, very little violence. What I've seen, just a few like handbags kind of thing, because everybody was very aware of the punishment that you were going to get. It wasn't worth it.
You see, right, all right, you look at our seg here or whatever, you get locked in a cell, that most of them have got TVs.
I worked in the block.
Well, so you know what they're like,
yeah.
right? So our punishment, if you're down the block, you know, you're still getting your exercise, you get your meals, most of them got TVs now and radios and stuff.
Have you got TVs? Well, they had radios when I was doing
Most of the blocks now have got TVs behind Perspex summit, yeah? So you can watch them. But I'm actually thinking about sitting. I couldn't sit in my fucking van for 8 hours without moving.
It's, you know what, it's something I can never.
Is it like spiritual?
No, right, because I can't fully say how it was. I think nobody can ever imagine what. There's nothing I can say now that people will really get what it was like, because the thing is what fucks your head in is the not knowing. Now I know it all. If I were to go back in now, honestly, I'd absolutely.
Would you rather go in English, Nick, or Japanese?
Depending what time of year. I don't like that cold. That cold is fucking
all right,
bad.
So if it was summer,
easy, yeah.
If you were ill, where would you rather be?
Japanese, I guess Japan.
Prison?
Yeah. When you went in there, you got X-ray and everything. You got really like you went through loads of like all that kind of thing. So
would you say they look after their prison population?
Yeah.
You say it's a good system.
From what I've seen, yeah. In some ways, but then I've heard. I was also accidentally got put in the nutty wing for a few weeks, and I could hear all the people around me like losing it and whatever. Thinking, what the fuck, you know? But I'm not sure if they were looking after them or they didn't know what to do with them. I felt like they should have been in like a mental hospital, not in a prison. So it's not like definitely not a perfect system. I'm definitely not saying that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, as a reflect of the comparison. I'll give you an analogy of like if somebody would do something to a member of your family or something. Yeah. Where would I like them being sent? England or Japan? Fucking Japan. You know, let them get because you have to. If you fuck up in life or whatever you do, you have to pay in some way. There's got to be a system where there's got to be a prison system somehow, hasn't there?
Well, right. For me, people they need some purpose. Over here, you know, you talked about reoffending. Over here, it's something like 80%, might be a bit less, might be a bit more. But in prison, on the whole, even when it were good, yeah, not a lot of purposeful activity. No. You get out, you know, I know lads who have been out recently who are struggling to do anything. You know, get jobs, do anything. You can see where they go back into it. And prison's not a threat. Yeah.
It's not a threat at all.
I've seen fucking armed robbers go to Catney, yeah, get off, do armed robberies again and come back in. So they've gone from a 10 to another 10.
There has to be, surely, a worry that if you fuck up, you're going to go back there. And it doesn't have it. England doesn't have it.
No, it don't. I always use a Somalian guy.
It's a proper inconvenience.
Somali guy, come from court. Yeah, I've told people before, nice suit, all that. He got a couple of years. When we strip searched him, he thought he was going to get battered or raped. Definitely. Yeah. Anyway, eventually, we explained, stripped him. Week later, he's on K-Wing on Servery. Tough job on Servery. 200 on Wing, and he's there. Just like he'd been there forever. Yeah. That's a week later.
We adapt. Humans adapt like mad.
Very quickly.
I was amazed, right? So when I first went into that chamber, after I got moved up from that first night, I was in like the proper wing. I probably did like 3 days where my head was absolutely mashed. I couldn't believe that I was facing possibly 5 years.
Did you not know? How come you didn't know at that stage what you'd got?
No, I got 5 year.
Right.
I didn't know how long I was going to be out of that 5 year. It was all rumours and nobody knew. So I've been sentenced 5 years, 100 days. I don't know for sure how long the transfer is going to take, this and that.
Oh, yeah.
It was all... And this is actually one of the main reasons I've started doing this with Sean and that, is to let any family members, they can get in touch with me to get a real knowledge of what happens in Japan.
Did you have any visits over there or anything like that? Or?
No, I didn't want... You could have a visit, not sure how, but it wasn't a thing. And one of my sisters asked, she was going to go to Australia and said, do you want me to come and see? I said, no, don't. Let's just leave it. And when I get back home...
You have phone calls?
No phone calls. So you could have visit, but you couldn't have phone call. It was just letters. And that started off at 3 times a week. And then after like a year, you got upgraded to... You have like 3 badges, like a white, red and blue. Once you go, like white's your starter. Yeah. After like the first year, then you get an extra 2 letters. And you get to watch a film on a Sunday. Got 1 extra film, and this is the best thing about it. Kung
fu movies or?
No, they were good films. They were the new films. So on once a month, the people that got up to that first year, and there weren't that many of us, without getting into, you can't get into any punishment. We get called out. So I think there was 5 of us out of 70 a factory, and then you would go into the canteen area with no screw, and you went in there. And there was a drink and a cake. For like being good.
Really?
Yeah. No,
it's almost...
No, it doesn't sound much, but that once a month, you know it was coming. We would be talking about it for the week before. I wonder what kind of cake we're going to get. Because somebody will say like, we've heard somebody's seen what cakes they are. They're like a big cream cake. How do you know that? No, because...
you know, listening to this, it could almost be...
oh, God.
Well, you couldn't make that up. Could you?
Well, no. But people think I've made all this up, some people.
No. Obviously, like in Miss Scrannon, not me, mate. I can see that.
Do you know what? Like, I forgot about things like this. I forgot about a lot of this stuff up until this year. Because I've got all my, I have a diary of everything. Yeah. You know, like going through, I'm thinking, shit, oh my God. I can't, and I'm blocked it out in purpose. I've just like moved on and gone on from it. It's only like looking back and you go, Jesus Christ. I mean, it does make me laugh. I mean, like, because I've diaried every single day of it. I'll go like that one day. I go, let's have a look what I did this day. And I can remember, even though it may be that much writing, yeah. I'll remember every single day of it. Even though it was monotonous, very similar. I remember my mindset, how I was and how I was always really positive and like, you know, they're never going to beat me. Just crack on with it. Just do what you got to do. Because it was so military. I was just like on with it. Military as fuck. I beat the system by going with the system.
Well, perhaps that's a really good thing, because what you're saying is one of the things, like Sean said about prison, you've never got time to yourself. You never got no space. No. You never, you know, where it sounds like you don't have a choice there. No,
it's all, you've got so much time, because when you're in that cell, and like, I remember that being a long time, the 10 days, because I kind of got used to it all by then. So this was...
Did you come out for your meals or something like that? Or?
No, it's all brought to you.
Is it?
Yeah.
No TV out?
Yeah, there's a TV, but it only comes on when they put it on.
Right.
It's like Thursday night, you got an hour of...
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what? So the lights were out at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
They went down, and then you were just supposed to get in your futon, an inch mattress. That never got. I never got used to that. That was so uncomfy.
Yeah.
So at 9 o'clock you're in bed. You got to leave your head shut above like that, and that's how you're gonna. You start going to sleep like that, and obviously when you sleep you move all over, but you have to start like that. So you're in there from like 6 o'clock. Like your tea's at 6, then you got 3 hours. I'm reading books, writing, doing loads of drawing. I was drawing mad. It just flew. The time flew. But we got on the, I say we, most of us, were on Valium and sleeping tablets. So when they
prescribed?
Come round like 8:30, something like that. and you take your tablet by 9 o'clock.
So how did you get them?
Just through the doctor first came to see you in the police station.
What, just saying you can't sleep?
Or he's just say, right, so I didn't see the doctor for the first month or something because I was in court and whatever it was. I kept on missing this doctor. Everybody else in the police station that was been there for a bit were all sleeping like mad, and like I'm up all night worried and stressed, and I think, God, as soon as I can get on these tablets, what all these lot are on, because I said, like, what's everybody taking? You can see them taking the tablets.
Yeah.
Just sleeping tablets. And but yeah, so you got the 3 Valium 3 times a day. But what I would do a lot of time, I wouldn't be taking them. I'd be saving them, or you know, like for the court case, Fuji, this the Japanese guy that was in, he'd save his tablets, or I'd save mine. Say if he was going in for a court case, or we're going to be a bad day.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
to help each other out.
Yeah, like I mean, not like massive.
No, I'm struggling to believe that they're giving you Valium.
Yeah. Because again, when I landed in Wandsworth, I didn't see a doctor for 5 days, and I was coming down off almost 2 years on Valium.
No.
I think I got through it so much because I was on an adrenaline high being back in England. Yeah. But by the last day, it's like my best mate came to see me. I think on the 2nd or 3rd day. He said it was like seeing a junkie.
It's the worst. He said coming off shit like that. It's worse than anything.
We like talked about him. Says don't let any family members or anything come and see you yet. Wait till you get off this thing and get some pies down your neck and get some eating. And but by the time I eventually seen the doctors, they wean you off it.
Yeah.
You go from whatever, from 30 to which was was right, and it was fine. I didn't want to be on it anyway. It's weird because I never felt I was actually on something there till I came off it. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like you were taking these tablets every day and you're going, oh, this is brilliant. It's just you felt kind of just neutral. And the sleeping tablets definitely, you felt that they worked.
Wow, it's bizarre.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's a good thing, a bad thing. I did know, like my mate Paul, I just talked about. He never took any tablets, but he said, "Oh, I'm not taking it. I'm just gonna."
What did you see with that top cop other week said about we should be giving prisoners cannabis? He basically said, no, pharmaceutical grade should be giving them weed.
There's no fucking way that would work. That is just.
Well, people get bullied for it for a start.
Yeah, exactly. Not in an ideal world, yeah. Some people need it. 100% people need it. Yeah. Believe me, my sister died of MS.
Oh God.
Cannabis, the oil was one of the best thing for it. Trust me, I don't smoke it, but I'm not against it, especially for medical. But in a prison environment, that's just another thing for somebody to get bullied, and it's a currency that where would that work? Would it?
No, I can't see it working.
No chance.
So how long did you serve?
Altogether, it was 3.5 years. Almost 2 years in Japan.
Yeah.
And like a year and a half in England.
What were the process of getting sent back here then? Why was that?
Right.
Was that the embassy?
Embassy.
Have you look, guys? I bought him water. Lee, Sean. I ain't got glasses yet, but bought him water.
Flavoured.
Quality, eh?
So, the embassy were brilliant. A young lad, Simon, he was so helpful, but it's like what was said, we were very, the British embassy in London, and the Japanese embassy, they weren't connected with each other. They were giving different stories of what was going on.
Yeah.
Like we're saying, he was getting a bit worried that I was being too optimistic about things because I was getting a different story. The family were being heard that I was going to have to stop there for a lot longer.
Yeah.
I'm getting from Simon, right, hopefully, he'll be, I'm thinking, right, okay, which was before the final winter. So I'd done 2 winters there. I was dreading another winter. Like summertime is beautiful.
No eating at all?
No. But when summertime's really hot, but you got a fan. But I was used to living in hot climates, and I loved it, mate. But some people would say like, they prefer the winter there. I'm like, what? Anyway,
so they give you a fan in the summer?
A little hand fan, one of them.
Like
the proper
Geisha girls have.
Yeah. But you sat there with it. Anyway, so, and this was one of the worst times. Again, it's that not knowing, or you thinking, what's going on here? Because he said to me, he came to see me. He says, right, Steve, I said, we've got your flight.
Who started this? Did you start it? Or
the embassy started from the very beginning.
Is that with all prisoners in Japan, or all prisoners everywhere?
No, British prisoners.
Right.
Honestly, by far, the British are way better than every other country. America, Australia, New Zealand, you name it. Because we get to meet lots of people in the system.
Yeah.
The British are by far on it. Because they were all saying, yeah, your guys proper helping you and this and that. We got the thing from the prisoners abroad. They were really helpful. Leaflets and like a lot of other countries didn't get it in Japan because they didn't need it. But in other countries like South America, they get like a £20-30 every month from this organisation, like a charity. No other country.
What, cash?
Yeah.
British prisoners in South Africa?
No, South America.
Oh yeah.
Any country where they need it, basically. They couldn't do it to me because you can't get money in Japan. There's no need for it. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't get it. So the embassy, more or less from the beginning, they want your consent to start applying for the transfer. And I'm like, fucking right, because
let me think about it.
Yeah, no, there was none of that. So he said to me, he says, good news and bad news. I've come to sign for your flight. He says, the bad news is it's the most expensive flight there's ever been. I'm like, go on. He said, they're like £2,000 or whatever. Gives it here.
Oh, you pay for that?
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't know how, but it was actually £800 I paid for. I signed for 2,000, but that flight got cancelled because, well, I think it got cancelled because of the volcanic eruption in Greenland.
Oh yeah.
Remember, like,
I remember that.
So as I'm about to try and fly out, I've got fucking.
They were grounded, weren't they?
Yeah, the planes are grounded. I'm thinking, what are the chances of that? I'm trying to get out of the Japanese prison, and there's a volcano in Greenland stopping me. You can't fucking write that, can you? So anyway, so eventually, and Simon, he said, I can't say when it is, but I says, right, can you give me some hints? Because the World Cup was coming on. I said, will I get home before the World Cup? He went and says, when is it? Now, I said, June. It wasn't, it was in July. I know where I fucked up now, but so I've said June the 1st.
Yeah.
June the 5th, say. He's gone. Right, he says, I think you might be, I went, right, okay, because he's not allowed to say this, but, so he's giving me you'll be way before that. Thought, yeah. That's all I need to know. I'm going to be back home in England, watching the World Cup, in an English, like, I think, oh, brilliant.
In an English prison.
So, right, yeah, it comes up, the date comes up, I'm thinking, I've told everybody I'll be away for the World Cup, so if I just disappear, it's not, because you presume that you're just going to disappear kind of thing. Yeah, anyway, World fucking Cups, come on. And everyone's going, I thought you were, okay, I did. I thought, what's gone wrong now? What the fuck? You can't just like ring up, say, hey, British Embassy, what's happened? That no, you've got to write a letter and that, so it's a couple of weeks and, and in them few weeks, so I actually flew on July the 20th. I landed July the 20th. So from that period of time, I was just going downhill.
Were you escorted back?
Right, yeah. So, let me just tell you this final bit where the Japs really tried to fuck me over. I was told, the factory boss, it was like a big Yakuza guy, he was very, very cool guy. Anyway, in the changing room, he came up to me. It was all in Japanese, but I'll do it in English. So he said, and it's weird because I do have to whisper a little bit. But he's going, tomorrow, Ashton, tomorrow, you're leaving the factory. But you fly on Thursday. You go Thursday. But tomorrow you go. But he's going, I don't know where, but you go Thursday. I'm going, but he's going, shh. I'm going, right, okay, yeah. This is all in this live. Oh, right, okay. But he's proper worried that I'm going to say something because he's going to punishment if anything that gets out.
What has he told you? Didn't like
It's
you?
the mate, yeah. And maybe he knows that they're going to try and fuck me up for them final 5 days. So anyway, I get sent. I know I'm going Thursday. I think it was it a Tuesday? I can't remember. It was 5 fucking days anyway. I get put back in a nutty wing, this like nutty area. No nothing, no TV, no nothing. I'm thinking, right, okay, my thing's off. So I just thought, right, I'm 100% I'm going. There's nothing they can do about this. There's no way they're going to go all right. So I'm starting to do the press ups again, and they're coming up to me saying, damn it, cannot, stop. And I'm going, fuck you, I'm fucking doing my press up. They're like that going, who's this cunt? I'm going, no, I'm going.
Is this in your cell?
This is in
so
the
you're not allowed
cell.
to exercise?
For 20 minutes when it comes on.
Is that all?
The TV comes on, and there's a woman doing like a yoga thing. So that's when people are doing squats and press and stuff like that. But you can't touch walls and whatever, and you can't shadow box around like that. But we would do. Like I say, if we were shadow boxing, we'd have people watching opposite cells. They could see screws coming, and they kind of go like stop. You could see, okay, all right. So also, and like you get buckets full of water, you know, for like using as a gym.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do any of that. But other people opposite you could see you doing it, and they could see screws coming.
Yeah.
You have this weird little system how you help
it's
each other
bizarre,
out.
Innit? Some of it's really good and some of it's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
very bizarre how these little things that you can do, how you learn to just basically, you know, that they're not, that little thing means a lot.
Well,
It's a system.
in an English prison, you know, you might be dealing your drugs or using a phone and
Yeah.
someone's keeping an eye out.
Yeah, it's that kind of
You've
thing.
got someone keeping an eye out because you're doing press-ups.
Yeah, maybe not press shadow boxing, but certain times you can't do it. So when they're all having one at me, I'm just saying, nah, I'm going Thursday. Woo! Oh, these guys have no idea what's happening. They don't even know why I'm there or anything. Nobody in the system really know. They basically go, right, you go do that job. Your job there is to go that wing, walk up and down there.
No, like computer or anything with everything on. You
Well, I
just-
presume so. We don't see any of that.
and they don't.
Well, I don't know because I wasn't.
Right, in ours, right, you get taught to people, yeah, don't you? You might, when they used to be out,
Yeah.
have relationship. Is there none of that?
None of that.
You get to recognise them. Would they acknowledge you or just?
No. When the one that acknowledged me was this big, massive Tantasan. There was 2 of them called like Little and Large, evil bastards. They were proper teaching you how bad it was going to be the first 2 weeks before you moved into your own main factory. But this guy, I had a bit of a fallout with him over whatever it was, can't remember. I remember, like, you know, the point of like, I'm going to start crying, I was that angry. This, you know, I'm thinking, like, don't. Whatever he was saying, I just ignored him. This was and this Nigerian guy was like the translator. And I just said, look, my head's gone. I said, my head's gone. I thought, I don't know what to do. I thought, So I got pulled out there and then when you get a translator come to ask her what's happened and all that, I just made some story up that I was really upset. I didn't know what was going on. I was a bit confused. I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But I was at the point of just going, fuck off, you twat. You know, I've got this big Japanese aggressive guy right in my face, screaming and shouting. And I can't even remember what I was doing, what I was doing wrong. You get a hat, you've got to pick hat up and put that up. And whatever I was doing wrong, basically what he's trying to do is just to be a cunt with me. No matter what I was going to do then, I was getting shouted at right in my face. Where I'm thinking, I'd fucking do you cunt in the real world. All that shit's going on in your head. Thinking, right, well, don't do anything. Thinking, fuck off. I'm fucking fuming, you know what I mean? I could feel that tear thing coming in, that madness. So I think I just ignored him. I think went and sat down. Anyway, that guy, when I left, and he was the one that bollocked me. He said I must have been in the British Army because I was good. I ended up being good at it. I thought, right, I'll do it the right. He pulled me out and said, how have you ended up smuggling drugs and doing this when you know, I don't know if they look it up, like the British, like, were
yeah, you can find out what you want, can't you?
No, they look at the British, like, they'll look up to us like in a, you know, the old school kind of way. Yeah. I felt it was all that, like, you know, how have you ended up doing this when you're obviously been a soldier? And I said, no, I've never been in the army.
Do they have a class system in Japan?
No, not the same. It's not like an India or anything like that. No, they don't have class system, but they are kind of old school many ways. Same as everywhere else. We're all losing it on the tradition is very true. Like with the Yakuza, their style's very traditional, even to this day. But they're definitely losing it, because I've talked to the lads about how the young Yakuza are a lot more violent, using guns and stuff.
Freestyle.
Yeah, and they used to be proud. It was just knives, and well, not to say there's anything right with knives, but you know how it's changed.
Well, this country now, aren't they? They're just shooting and stabbing each other left, right, and centre. Youngsters, aren't they? Let's face it.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, I've totally, as I thought, I've gone off from where
you're on about.
Just about
the last 5 days.
Yeah. So the final day, the guy that comes to take me, I'd already seen him, well, almost like 2 years before. He'd helped me out. I always remembered him because he had this scar and this little pot mark there, and he was another one with a mask, but he had glasses and he spoke good English. He came to see me. I said, hey. I said, I remember you. He said, yeah. He says, I'm taking you tomorrow. So like 4 o'clock in the morning, we're going to come, you're going to get your breakfast, and then we'll go. Right, okay, go. So they come and wake me up. Not wake me up, I was already up, I hadn't, you know.
Yeah.
Get the breakfast. Him and another guy, but you end up going in the bus. It's about maybe an hour to the police station. We stopped, got some coffee. This is the first coffee.
Yeah, right, all right. Now you're playing now, so you've got all these little bits. You've got your punishment sat down. Now they're getting you breakfast at 4 in the morning, and you're stopping and having coffee.
Yeah. That was a real treat. He said, "Lad, do you want a coffee?" I'm like, "Yeah, please." And we go, "Oh my god!" Gets to the police station. So these guys have been proper sound, like not just then, but like the almost 2 years before. I remember him being good. It was when I was stuck in that loony bin. He was one of the guys that said, "Listen, I'm going to try and find out what's going on here." And then anyway, I ended up getting out of it. So I knew he was a good guy. We got to the police station, the airport. We go downstairs. I'm cuffed up and on a rope, it's like a rope system. We get there. Also, I've changed clothes. I've gone.
Yeah.
Right, I have a belt. I've got to put like a new hole in it by that much. I've gone in like this size, right, about 16 stone. Yeah. 11.5 stone when I come out of there. Yeah. So imagine the belt, like going, oh. So so we're at, like, it's like an underground neutral kind of no man's land in the airport. These two officers, they're dressed like normal as well. Yeah. So the embassy's there. The two officers, the English officers, and the two Tantasan, and it's like a Mexican kind of standoff thing, like a trade. Over. Yeah. But straight away, right, the officer, all right, I need some water because he'll proper choke me up this bit because it was like really nice of him. Yeah. Right, give me a sec. It's weird how you remember these emotions. Yeah. You know, I know, not being funny, like with you being a screw officer, it's almost like a thank you. Like I know that I always know they're not all cunts. I've never seen officers this and that. Same as police. There's good and bad. All that, whatever.
Of course it is.
So this guy said to me straight away, "Say mate," he says, "you're with us now."
Are they prison service these?
Yeah, they're from Wandsworth.
All right, okay.
Yeah. He straight away, he says, "Mate, so you're all right, don't worry, you're with us now." As if to say, get away from these cunts. And I kind of felt like saying that these are all right. I think he said, I said, "No, these are sound." He's like that, "Don't you worry, you're with us."
I suppose tradition and how people are, it might seem as though.
Yeah, the history of the and they'd picked a woman up maybe a year before or something. They said she was fucking bad, so they knew they'd already been to Japan, picked somebody up. Yeah. So they knew you're not coming from a good place. Also, again, it's rumours, nobody knows. So and obviously I looked fucking bad.
Well, we're having an idea now, aren't we?
Yeah, but the other guy, this is how good they were. He said, you look pretty well, mate. I said, yeah, no, I feel all right because I was fit. I obviously stopped smoking. Yeah. Even though I was 11.5 stone, I looked fucking bad. I was actually physically very fit. No, in such a regimented lifestyle for 2 years. So obviously I don't know I look that bad then. And he's saying, "Yeah, you look all right. Yeah, good, yeah." So and they basically said, "Right, listen, lad. What we'll do is we're going to wait here for maybe half an hour. We've talked to all the people on the plane. We'll go on first. We just act like no, we'll go on the back. Just do whatever you want. Just obviously don't be drinking alcohol, and just enjoy the flight. If you do anything, even the slightest thing, we've got to tie you up. Yeah, but
Cuff you up
and all that. So, we've never had to do it. We're not even worried that you're going to do it. We can see you're a decent lad and all that, and all the things you want to wear, like just relaxing. Like, oh God, like, you know, just hearing the voices and just the relaxed way without all that intensity. You know, like I say, it's a long time to not really talk to like a normal person, and then to eventually get on that plane and like, oh my God. Yeah, and at one point, I was just buzzing me, having the coffee and this and that, and everybody was sound. So I'm in the middle, the lads outside of me, they're well aware, they're sleeping. I said to one of the air hostesses, I said, excuse me, so can I have another coffee, please? And she went, he's like waking up the lad, going, what? Says, is he okay to have another coffee? He went,
God.
Are you serious? Someone says, of course he is. He says, we've told you. We can do, you know, as long as you don't, like, oh God.
That's probably something new for
you know,
them,
like somebody just woke up, like, for when they've already gone through all that.
They're probably not
She
used to
was
it,
being
though,
a
are they?
fucking dick.
If you're in
Trust me.
hospital.
No, so you know when somebody's being a dick, and then she was being a dick. Anyway, it didn't bother me that much. I kind of thought, I was more, he was more pissed off than me, like, fucking silly cow. But anyway, so when we landed in Wandsworth, I got lost in the system and all, and maybe about 5 or 6 weeks later, the guy on the left of me there, I seen him in the office at the back, and I've gone to the window. Hey, he's gone. I went, Steve. He's going, Japan. He's going, fuck me. He's going, wait. Put weight on. That's when it came on, made me a brew and that. He says, fucking hell, you look well. He says, Jesus Christ, you looked alright, but when we pick you up, I said, you said I looked alright. He says, no, we said that's for everyone. I thought, oh, fuck, fair play to you.
So,
I fell for
it. How was the transition into Wandsworth? What was it like?
I was just buzzing.
What, having conversations, normal conversations?
Yeah, everything, eating, the TV on all the time, just your bread, jam butties and coffee. It's just...
Did it seem very easy?
Oh... I can't even describe how easy it is compared to. I was free. Just I don't know. You're free all in the. You're not free in that system. You get like the small time you can talk to people, but even then you can only walk in twos. And
I wanted to ask you. So was there anyone that kicked the system in Japan? What had happened? You know, if you were supposed to do punishment,
yeah,
fuck off. I'm not doing it. What had happened?
Well, so one of my mates, he said he initially did something pretty bad. But he stabbed somebody up in Hokkaido, a different prison. This is like a Yakuza like friend of mine in there, his friend anyway. He ended up when I said to him this one day, we were at this certain yard, you could see over to this nutty wing. Yeah. And I said to him, I said, hey, that over there, I said, that's the nutty wing. I said, they accidentally put me in there for like 3 weeks. He says, I was in there for 4 years. I went, fucking
4
hell.
years?
I said, why 4 years? He said, well, initially, he spoke good English, this guy. So initially he stabbed somebody, he was sent over. I can't remember what it was. He says, but I said, I was just fighting the system. I said, they just kept me in until he finally did that, broke, and sat there, and he says, they wouldn't let him out, and it took
4 years.
4 years he was in that thing. I couldn't hardly believe it, but I believed him. He didn't seem like you can tell some people are bullshitters and that, but the way he said and the way he was looking at it,
it was all legit, don't you?
Fucking hell, yeah.
Well, Sean said he did 20 months at Block over here, which is a long time to be isolated.
You know when you had Sean, I thought you were on about Sean Atwood.
No.
Fuck me, sorry, yeah. Sorry, Sean, yeah. Of course,
Sean the man.
Sean from out, yeah. Yeah.
So, in how long in our jail did he finish sentence?
So I got lost in the system, and my money went missing in Wandsworth. So totally, it was maybe 12 week. I've got it all written down. Wandsworth, 1 night in Leicester.
Yeah.
That was quite interesting in a weird way. There was a Scouse lad. We picked this Scouse lad up from somewhere.
Yeah.
It was the first proper murder. He'd been in for murder, and he was on his way out to Kirkham.
Oh yeah, it was going to Cat D.
Yeah. So we had a night they put us in the same cell in Leicester.
Yeah.
He wasn't used to being...
Were you in the bus together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. So we're in the bus together, we go to Leicester. They put us in the cell together. I almost say room. I always say room in my head. I don't know, mentally I feel like it's...
It makes no difference,
better. I know, but
language.
for me, it just feels more comfy saying my room. Anyway, so they put us in the same cell, and he went, so I'm not being funny, mate, but I've done a long time in prison, so I'm not shared a room for long people, so I'm not being cunt like that, I am in for murder, but I'm not used to. I went, don't worry about that, right? Help! You know, he was trying to say, listen, I don't think I'll be able to handle this. You seem like a good lad.
It's really
and all
strange
that
they put you in together.
Yeah, I think that he knew that system, and we didn't do it. They took us out of it. You know, as it does, it gets mixed up.
Yeah.
But no, they were fine by out. So then to Risley. Risley, that was...
Did you finish your time?
Oh,
mate?
no, sorry, in the Mount. So I ended up working in the block in the Mount.
Is the Mount private?
Not sure. You can do your own cooking and that. I thought it was all right. When the lad I think I ended up going to the Mount with, he was saying how bad it was, and it was basically it was a racist cunt. There was a lot of black lads in there, and he knew he was going to get his arse kicked because he was a fucking dickhead. But they weren't. It was sound. It was really, most people was just getting on with it and stuff.
Yeah.
Waffer thin walls though eventually. I mean, I had to bite my lip there. This lad, he was either called Killer and Murderer or some of this yardie, old school yardie. You know, like I could tell he didn't like me as well. But he's always shouting out the window all this just nonsense about X Factor and all. First time I'm hearing this yardie talking that. I won't do it. But do you know, like I felt like saying, mate, keep it down, will you? But then you looked at it and you think, oh, no. You're probably not best to say anything to this guy. It was amazing how I never got into any trouble. I didn't have a single fight all the way through. It was very, very tricky. Like Risley was very tricky. But you know, like I've said this before, because I'm a certain age, because I'm like in my 40s, I'm obviously never been to prison before. Stand at a mile, they have you down as one of them.
Well, it can be a sex offender and that.
Yeah, it's just. But if it came down to like a couple of occasions where I've said, like, listen, come up to me, pad, have a look at my papers. So once you see what I'm in for, which is drug smuggling.
Yeah.
So I will kick the fuck out of you. So that's what you know. So come and have a look, lad. But I'll be doing this like not in front of everyone. So you're giving all that in front of your fucking mates. Follow up to myself. So it's that fine line of standing up for yourself and not making it thingies where you're
it's
thing. Oh, it's a fucking.
I ain't
fine
saying
line.
it how they say it, but it is about not disrespecting people in front of people,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, that's what I knew.
That's,
yeah.
You know, you can bring your own trouble just by saying the wrong things.
Do you know what? When I do it like that, they turn round to say, "Hey, I'm only having a joke." I went, "You know, I'm not that." Yeah, all right, yeah. But I've made the fucking.
But it will
point.
test. Yeah, you get tested. Of course, you get tested.
It was a very weird one, but I was very grateful that I got through it. Because like I said, as I was going to Wandsworth for the English system, I presumed I'd be fighting like fuck. I was kind of looking forward to it, you know, like release of all that tension and shit. I mean, I wasn't going to try to take over the prison or anything. I thought if it comes my way, somebody's fucking having it. And but the officers then, I was telling them like. Asking them what it's going to be like, and I said I'm kind of looking forward to it.
You've got no idea at all what you're
only what you've seen on TV, like everybody else has seen. What you hear about Wandsworth and places like that. I presume I'm going into a place where people are going to take the piss out of me, or possibly, you know, I'm going to, you know.
I think again, you know, when they go on about like Britain's most dangerous prison, Britain's worst prison, all prisons the same. It's all boring. Not much real conversation.
Yeah, no, it's full of fucking
having
morons.
gone there from where you've gone though, obviously it's like it would be like an holiday camp, wouldn't it?
I mean, believe me, I met quite a good few lads. I was surprised really. I did meet some good friends, like people I've still kept in contact with. But the vast majority, I was fucking struggling with them. That moronic kind of attitude. I call it the Jeremy Kyle wing I was on in Risley. Just fucking knobheads. It's everything's a joke in this place. You only get fucking 2 hours for your dinner. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well,
dickheads.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's hard work. I'd say for anybody that's not a genuine prison, but what's the word for it? Not a fucking Jeremy Kyle or anywhere.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing about the prison, dealing with fucking knobheads that you'd walk away from in the real world.
There's a Scots lad, he's done about 33 years. He's about my age, yeah. Talk to him a lot now. He says, let's face it, Sam, prison's boring. No stimulation, no conversation. Once I'd gone, it was never ever a threat. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, I've spent half my life inside, but end of the day, it's just boring. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not a laugh.
It's shit. It's not deterrent, but it's not good as well.
It's not going to help. It's not going to deter people. It's not helping either, is it?
No.
There's nothing.
I did like Kirkham. I did actually enjoy Kirkham. I got to be like, I was the prison artist in there. The governor got me that job. It was like privileged to do that. I was stayed in my cell doing artwork for the prison.
I need to get you some pictures, don't I?
Oh yeah, I never checked my email.
I'll do that.
But yeah, so they proper kind of looked after me that way because I'd working on the farms and all that kind of thing. It's almost pretty soon you're coming home every month, and I'm on the piss with my mates having the crack, and I was like happy to get back for a bit of a rest. And when you're allowed like out every Saturday, Saturdays I wouldn't go. I thought, I can't be arsed, I'd rather stay in here and chill out, because you know there's the bowling green, there's the little pitch and putt, the gym there, the squash. Fantastic.
I know nothing.
You need that system.
I know nothing about them, right? So Lee, obviously the bench screw lad.
Yeah.
That I learnt more talking to him about Cat D than I knew. I've never ever been.
I missed it. What Cat D was he in? Is that Kirkham? Where's he from, Lee? It seems to have a similar accent.
He's Lancaster.
Oh yeah. I thought he was my way.
Lancaster. I forgot where he said he were now. I know he went to Sudbury and that were dodgy there. But I had no idea what Cat D was.
Well, see, mainly it's for people for long sentences. So even though you're meeting all the murderers and all that kind of thing, the people that have been there, done it, and they don't want any shit. There is a certain...
Of course there is.
There's a certain wing that people will be attracted to, where they get off the box and playing all the music and all that shit. Yeah. But like our wing, we're all like chilling out, and it was good. Like a good set of lads. Like I say, I'm still mates with two.
And what you say, you got pitch and putt and that?
Pitch and putt.
See, people won't understand that. If you've done a lot of jail, you need to...
You definitely need that, instead of like going from one extreme.
Don't you?
I basically went from extreme strictness to extreme craziness of Wandsworth to slowly getting down. I didn't feel any, by the time I was on home leaves and stuff. And also, before you do the home leave, you start with a walk around the countryside.
Oh, right,
not the town, there's a good walk, like an hour's walk round.
Yeah.
And it was like beautiful and sunny, but there was a few of us on the first time, like, really? We can, you know, because they say, look, you can fuck off if you want. Don't waste any, you know.
Yeah.
Because it is that kind of thing, but it's still weird that, oh my God. You know, you're never going to do it, but it's, I don't know, just...
Was that not like being locked up really then?
Not there, no. The billets are locked up, I think, maybe from 8 or 9 o'clock to maybe 6 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah.
But you've been out and you can do whatever you want with your jobs and whatever. You know, you don't feel locked up, because also you've got your own bathroom, showers. That's a big thing, isn't it? The showers.
Yeah, of course it
Between
is.
Just
anything.
20 people, maybe, with your own kitchen, your own... It's honestly,
there's lads that have been, done big sense in Strangeways, you know, where you've got showers on landing in a double cell and stuff like that never...
Oh, yeah.
We are so backwards, I think. Like
the Japanese system, that was pretty... You could wash... You had your own sink in there. You had a toilet sink. And I will say about their cells, rooms, they were a lot smaller, but they were more open, because they had a real window.
Were they clean?
We had to clean it, yeah.
I mean, were they not like, you know, a prison cell?
No, everything was spotless. You were clean. You as soon as you wake up, you've got to get up rapid, put yourself away just like the army.
Yeah.
Put your bed away, perfect. Then you mop the floor, wipe up, you do all that. Then you've got, I think it's maybe 15 minutes, brush your teeth, get everything ready. It's all quick, proper quick. It's that quick, right? Because you're asleep at 9 o'clock, but you're up at, I think it's 6 o'clock, So that's a long time. It was a long time for me. I was always well awake. I'm basically ready with the sheet, the first sheet, ready for the get up. So you're like, do it.
I think it's a bit like boot camp.
Yeah, it's like boot camp, yeah.
Do you think that'd do youngsters better than what we've got over here?
Definitely. 100%. I mean, we all know, we've all seen Scum, haven't we? That kind of thing.
Yeah, Borstal, yeah.
There's like I think it needs to be something like that, but not as, I don't know, somewhere in the middle
with
of
them
it.
treat in a proper way.
Yeah.
Like human beings and not all this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Like a I think to bring back the automatic.
Did you ever watch that Bad Lads Army? It's about like the old National Service.
Yeah.
Where they
National Service. I think that should come back. I don't like armies. I don't like the idea of war.
No.
But I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
I wish I had done it.
I don't think there's any harm, does it? And
Complete
youths now
opposite.
from 17, all they've got is to try and get a job, isn't there?
There's something about, because I've got a lot of ex-soldier mates. They've all got something very honest and straight up about them. They don't take any shit. They're fucking straight up people. But there's something that the army puts into somebody. I don't think it would do anybody harm to do a few months of that, whatever.
Well, if you look all yous on the streets, in London especially, just stabbing each other and gangs and everything else.
Jesus Christ, how's it gone to all that? It's all forms of cowardice. We all know the old punch up never done anybody harm. But when people are just stabbing people, and I don't know how has that got to like be a norm?
They've got nothing, have they? They've got nothing to do, literally. When I used to go out with my mates, like 13 to teenage years or whatever, you go out, wouldn't you, on streets, whatever, you weren't meeting people and fighting them, and you just.
Well, I don't know. We were not gangs, but we was always out fighting like fuck.
I suppose a lot of it is postcode lottery as well, where you're living, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah. Growing up around Blackburn, we were forever fighting with all the gangs and stuff. Not big and clever, and I got to the point where probably at like 21, like fighting in pubs and stuff. The last time I got done, the solicitor says it's a fine line whether you're going to go down here or not. I remember thinking, because I'd done a few nights here in the cells, that's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's a deterrent. Believe that is a fucking deterrent.
It is, yeah.
One night in the cells in
Waking up in the middle
Blackburn,
of the night, flashing lights, yeah.
you can't. I'm dying for the fag. You can't. Nobody's listening to you. You're in this cold room. And that made me think. I thought prisons that's what they're going to be like. And when I come close to being sent down, I thought, right, fuck this. And I never did that kind of silly fighting for no reason, just for.
Do you know why police cells scare you? I tell you why they scared me, because you've no idea what's going to happen. You're clueless.
Yeah.
Expectation and all that.
The not knowing is always.
Exactly.
That was the thing in Japan, trust me, they're not knowing what was going, how long I was stuck in that thing, not knowing.
Can I ask whether did it drag?
Right, now this is weird.
Well,
your mind, this is where the mind is amazing. I'm probably going to go back to that. So the first 4 days before I'd mentally broke. So I was in that Chiba, I read Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yep.
And that kind of nice, simple, good read brought me out of it. And then I kind of, from that point on, and I got letters from home. That broke me. And then next minute I thought, Jesus Christ, I've gone 4 days here. 4 days. And also I was like almost like obsessively writing literally like the hour one day. Then I get to 1 week and then I go, wow, I've been here 2 weeks. How have I been here 2 weeks? And then I started to draw and stuff by then. As the time, it went faster and faster and faster all the way through it. I was very aware, like, oh my God. All right, okay. So it's, I was very aware that it's all going my way. Everything is positively in my favour here. I'm mentally adapting. I realised how, I always knew that no matter what, there was nothing bad going to happen to me or could happen to me.
You never thought about doing anything to yourself?
No, and I just thought, you know what, here, what's the difference between? It's like I'm doing yoga and stuff like now, and I did a lot of yoga. Then got into the yoga. The more you're there, you're doing the yoga there. You think I could be anywhere. If we sat here now, there's no difference between physically us being in a Japanese prison. There's nothing changing whatsoever.
Yeah.
We're sat here. It's just that what you're seeing and around you is different. So I thought, right, okay, I'll get my head around this. It's just, I'm going to be away for a couple of years, and so what? I just seen all the positives to it. I thought, right, yeah, I can handle this. I mean, this is like when you're in the ideal mindset. Obviously, you're not like that all the time.
No,
but I was always trying to, as I would start to feel a bit pissed off and whatever, I'd always have my moments because of the silence and whatever, and I go, right, no, don't go there. I'd read it in my ear, writing. I could see me writing whatever I'm talking about, and blah blah blah. And this, let's say for example, this screw starter or this guy, I'm like, right, no, stop. I'm not going to write this. It happened. It's just a negative thing. I'm going to write something positive now. I've had lots of writing like that. I catch myself being negative. Go, fuck you, don't go there. Come on, lad, get yourself. There's a lot of that kind of thing. A lot in the head.
Crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So, are you going to tell us what you're up to now then?
So now,
or you're going to
probably
be
just as crazy. Where's my fishman?
Well, I'm a big fan of going outside the comfort zone.
Right, so about, I don't know, 4 weeks ago now, good mate of mine over at XCOM, and he said to me, you know, for all this lockdown and all that shit,
yeah.
He's been thinking about things. He's been watching these YouTube videos about people sailing and living around the world, living self-sufficient. And he's thought, you know what, he's approaching like 50. I'm going to help him some of that. So he's going to sell everything up, buy a big yacht, or as big as we can. And he doesn't know how to sail as well, by the way. I don't know how to sail. None of us know how to sail, or didn't, until 4 weeks ago. It's not even 4 weeks ago. So we're going to, he says, right, he says, do you fancy it? So I need a skipper, or I need a skipper's mate. Are you up for it? I went, yeah, all right then. Sounds like a plan. So he says, right, he says, you start a YouTube channel, and we'll get it all vlogged and all that kind of bollocks. And well, straight away I said, nah, I'm not into all that. I said, I'm not good at cameras and all this side to it. She says, no, it's big. But then I thought, literally only last year I had a bar in Cambodia on this island. We had no electric and water there, or not much of it. So I wish I'd filmed what went on in that last 2 years. We had such a laugh. There were so many ups and downs. I was like managing like 70 bungalows, and there was loads of fucking things.
How'd you come to be doing that?
It's another story. All right. Yeah, all legal. It's all. I actually went to the island. I ended up. I was an apprentice tattooist on the island there. That's where I learned to tattoo, on an island in Cambodia. Good mate of mine, Brad, if you'll be watching this. And I do regret, a few people said we should video this, make it like a whatever, and I hardly did that many photographs, and I do regret not capturing that experience. And I thought, you know what, right, this time it would be a good laugh if we really tried to capture it. And I'm not sure how it went about. I think maybe I talked to my son, and he says, right, he says, you just film everything, get as many cameras as you want, you being the dickhead you are. He says, I'll do all the editing and get it all sorted. I thought, all right, well, that's a lot better. I can definitely do that. So I think it's on maybe 3 weeks ago now. We've started the YouTube channel.
Yep.
And what we're doing at the moment, we're doing like 3 nights, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, Friday's turned into a virtual pub night where we just get pissed and tell stupid stories about this and that. We're trying to do Monday and Tuesday 8 o'clock, all boat related. But Sunday we've got a guy, Jesus Christ, I forgot his name, Richard Sower. He built his own island out of plastic in Mexico, and now he's building one in Brazil and 3 in Indonesia. These massive plastic islands.
How big are they?
big enough to live on. He had his own house, he had his own jacuzzi, he had all this.
What, a pontoon floating or
A
something?
floating plastic island with trees on and all sorts. He had it in Mexico. It's gone now anyway, that one. But I've just spoke to him today. He's going to come on Sunday. So it's all about a lot of that. It's about adventure. We're basically just going to set off. We will have learned to sail by then. June the 4th.
Well, that's
COVID,
a good idea,
COVID permitted. Yeah. No, we're well into it. We've already been invited to go on some boats and stuff. We're learning to live off the land, like spearfishing and all that kind of. I've always quite adventurous that way. I used to go in the jungles, like catching snakes and setting traps and all this kind of weird shit. Like that, I wish I recorded some of that. Some of the madness I've done is unbelievable.
See, I'm thinking if I had no commitments, right, and I'm going to do something like that, I'd like to be in a van or something, going across land. I'm thinking that the times I've been on ferries, when we used to go to Europe on motorbikes, when you get in middle of the channel and you're looking at sea, I used to think, fucking hell, it's scary shit.
You know, I've actually wrote down the stories that I've got so far from being on boats and things that have happened. They're all not that good. It makes you think, what the fuck am I doing? You know, but it's all part of the adventure. I've never been on a sail ship, but as I've been learning to sail and doing all these things, I'm proper.
Have you not been on one now?
No, I'm not on a sail, but to harness the wind and get off, I can't wait to do it now.
There's just going to be two of you on it?
Possibly. It looks like we might be getting like a 7 to 8 berth, but a tight. So maybe 1 or 2 more could be coming along, but at the moment it's just me and Steve. That's why we call it SCS. It's not because we were in the SAS.
Yeah.
Steve, Sea Dogs. He just seemed to catch that, and that's the reason why.
Well, I'll get at least put all stuff in things like, but
it's all about the adventure of just getting out of your comfort zone, going for it, and having the fun along the way, because we don't even know where exactly we're going to go. The idea is, it's a bit of a joke now. We're basically from Fleetwood, we're going left and down. And as we go around Wales and whatever, and Cornwall, eventually over the channel. I know quite a few people around the world, and I'm hopefully going to be meeting them and doing bits of adventures as we go to these different places, and like capture the whole experience of what I will be doing. Because I seem to have got myself, not just, even though I've done the Japanese prison thing, the things I've done so far, I don't know how to put it. I'm doing well to be alive, put it that way. Never mind a Japanese prison. But well,
you've been a bit of an adventure, haven't you, with where you've been and everything you've done.
I don't recommend the Japanese prison, but at the same time, I do recommend adventure and.
Well, a lot of these YouTubers, they've got these channels. These people who are just out adventuring all the time. Started the channels. There's a lass on a motorbike. Can't remember her name now. So she's just travelling around Wales on a motorbike on her own. She's got quite a big channel now and that.
Yeah, some of them are massive, but this is what I've said to my mate. He's not looked into it proper, but I already have a mate who's got another YouTube channel, and a couple, and he's watching these huge ones get millions. I said, like, Steve, calm down with this. It's just let's just capture what we're doing.
What you've got though is, it's like having a book in it. It'll be there, safe for you to watch in that, and
that is the idea. And what comes from it. Because I didn't know with these 3-day live streams what that was going to be. Like my best mate he's like on it with us, and we have an absolute scream. It starts off with something to do with sailing, and next minute with all these stupid stories are coming out, and he has me in hysterics. Well, it's just a laugh, and it's getting us through this shit time.
I like the idea of going out of your comfort zone as well.
Yeah.
I've got to ask you, so when you're in your Japanese prison and that, mental health?
What, me?
Yeah.
No, I say it was fine, but a lot of people would say, but things got mixed up, like we was. I sent him the first letter. I thought, right, I'm going to try and be a bit cunning here, because I heard they all read your letters, but I wanted to get some messages out to some people. So with the first letter, I said something. I thought I'll write in code thought Woz knows me. If anybody knows me, it's Woz. So I thought, if the first letter of every word, I said, like, hey Woz, this is a secret code. If you can get hold of such a body, right? He hasn't sussed it at all. He just thinks I've gone mental. So whatever the lines were, I'm thinking that, hi Woz, I've just been reading the Da Vinci Code, like, code, for him to go, all right. He's obviously right. Of course, he's not gonna. He didn't. He just thought, "Oh my God, he's gone fucking
lost
nuts.
the plot.
What is he? This is just gibberish." But other than that, I don't. The only time when I was got put in that mental ward,
yeah,
I lost half a day. When it came to lunch, it wasn't. It was the Tenkin Bango, the number roll call. So as I thought it was dinner time, it was actually evening. So when I realised it was the number I sat down, did the roll call, I was like so confused. Because in the longest of long days, to miss half a day, I couldn't get my head around how I could lose them hours.
Were these lads who were in, like, what, you know, the wing, the crazy wing, whatever you want to call it, were they under the same rules?
Yeah, everybody the same, yeah. There's like cells along. You've got like a walkway. On this one, it wasn't an opposite. It was just you've got cell there, and then the walkway.
No, I wonder whether they had any interventions from, you know, whether they were looked after or treated or saw specialists or just.
I really
just
don't know.
Located them together. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if it was a mental wing or if it was people that looked like could hardly walk and stuff. Or like a lost wing where they didn't know.
So it might just have been.
It could have been like a
hospital.
lost wing where they don't know what to do with people. That could have been what it was. Because when come to the exercise, you'd all come out together, but you'd all come out and you got to come out and face the wall and close your eyes. Then they say, right, turn right, and then you march towards these dog pens. That's where you've seen everybody, like they're either crippled or like old people.
So it might be an hospital wing.
That's where I'm thinking, where the fuck am I? Through this mix-up, I'm supposed to be in the factory. I'd done my 2 weeks training, so I'm thinking, here we go, I'm going to get my own cell, this TV thing, No, next minute, I'm in this where the fuck am I place for like 3 weeks. It was fucking bad. So by the end of this 3 week, I'm really thinking, why? Why I'm here, and I'm trying to ask her, and I'm trying to say, what the fuck is going on? And when that happened, I just thought, oh my God, I'm losing it. I'm losing the plot here. And luckily, I seen that Simon from the embassy, and I said, mate, I'm losing it. I said, you've got to get me out of here. I don't know why I'm here. And I said, I was gonna do like some kind of protest or something. He said, like, don't do this. They'll force feed you. They'll do this and that. Anyway, he says, give me a couple of days, and I was out the day after. I was moved on to the next place. I was so relieved. You know, you think, oh my God, I've gone fucking nuts.
So, I still can't get my head around the tablets at night, but obviously, the big thing about prison is like peace, quiet, getting your head down, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you didn't have them issues with sleep.
No, there's not. There was just one guy, I know this will sound weird, but this is how quiet it was. This guy used to do that. And that used to echo through the corridor. Really annoying. He was just doing it to be a dick. You feel like shut the fuck up. That noise, that was so loud. But that was his way of getting through, winding up the screws. You can see them like trying to find out which guns it was, yeah. Which I kind of like that bit to it, but it was a bit annoying. That wasn't even our factory. So our factory were in a group together, foreigners. There's maybe possibly 10 of us. We're in that, stay together in that. The next section of that wing is another factory. So this was like that's how loud it was.
A workshop that's attached to your wing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's a mad old game. I think the comparisons as well, really. Well, from the English and the Japanese, the main thing would be is the noise, really, as well. All that, the shouting out the windows. That soon got boring and annoying. The window warriors.
Well,
because Wandsworth is a bit of a. There's a lot of people coming off ship. coming down from things.
Yeah.
So, and they're all smashing the thing. You know, at first it's like a bit exciting. Then it goes to quite annoying. Like, shut the fuck up. Or the pipes are heating, tapping on the fucking heating. Like, why are you doing that? Then you get people that, pack it in, and then they're all arguing. It's like, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
It's just no peace, is there? I couldn't do it, me. I always said, if I got a big sentence, I could not.
I think it's just looking at it. So in Risley, I ended up on the top, on the right, and my two neighbours were sound. One lad I got on really well with. Here's one thing I would like to ask you as well.
Yep.
So Al, I think I can say his name. Well, I've said it now. Anyway, my mate next door, he was into the art and stuff, good artist.
Yeah.
I'd hung on all the way through it because people said to me, don't do another job, otherwise you won't. I just wanted to get in the art class.
Yeah.
So don't stop. Once you start doing that, you're fucked.
Yeah, for education or whatever, yeah.
So it says, right, hang on to get in for your art. Right, okay, yeah, I'm with you. So I was permanently hanging on to get in the art class. All the way through, I didn't get it. Wait a minute, the next mum's here. Hey! You alright? That's a bit awkward, isn't it? Anyway, so the art class, he said to me, he says, I'm leaving. He was IPP'd.
Yeah.
And all them shit fucking IP things, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say something and nothing, but fuck me, he paid for it bad. So he says, right, he's going to be leaving to do these courses, so you can get my job as the teacher's assistant in the art class. And I was seeing him all, he was bringing all this stuff back to his room and that, thinking, oh, fucking brilliant. Oh, nice one, yeah. He says, but, going, yeah, you're going to have to do the afternoon class first, which I knew what because he already told me what he was doing. He's teaching the sex offenders. I'm not teaching them, but it's the sex offenders class. So I'm like, ooh, fucking hell. Thought, straight away I went, I said, no fucking way, I couldn't do that. He says, no, listen, he says, they generally like, they all keep their head down, nobody says does anything. He actually said to me, he says, it's a lot easier doing that than the young lads in the morning, because they're a bunch of annoying cunts. He says, they'll just get on with it. He says, nothing to worry about. I said, what about I said, what do people think? But I do know he'd been doing it for nobody bothered that he was doing it.
No.
So I thought, it doesn't look good to actually being involved with any of them or anything.
Yep.
So anyway, I thought, right, but I was that desperate, I thought, I'm going to have to go for it. But actually going into that first room, where you're going into a room full of, God knows what. I did hear or feel what they said, that they weren't the worst of the worst. I don't know if that makes sense. I felt like for me it made a difference.
Do you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
Let me tell you, he's one of them. Well, what were you going to ask me? Whether I could work with him?
No, I presume that you would have been involved with them. You have to, don't you?
Right, so, on reflection now, if I did overtime and you're on E-Wing Outer or A-Wing, it was a piece of piss. Yeah, if you're working on sex offenders, on overtime, you might do exercise or...
it sends shivers down my spine a bit.
Sorry.
It's like, no, it's
So my mate I work with, Nobby Nobler, always said, couldn't do that, yeah. I never said that, but when I'm thinking now, I never looked like getting put on there. It was not... Somebody weren't going to say to me, I couldn't have. Not because of the offences, if this makes sense, because of how they are. It's like everyone being slimy and overly nice, and used to have a lot of lasses working on them wings, female staff.
Right. They can handle it better. They're tougher than us in many ways, the women, aren't they?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know why that is. People would say...
I think they're better in that kind of environment, same as where they're better at nurses. They're just, people are dying and stuff. The horrible stuff, they can ignore it and just get on with the job more.
Possibly. I think a lot of the women, lasses used to work on them wings, were really good officers in the sort of multitasking. You know, some are landing screws.
Yeah.
Just good at landings, no good in office. There were a lot of paperwork on there. There were a lot of stuff to do. I don't know. I couldn't have done it. There were a lot of slimy people and that, like I say, and creepy people. If I went
Creepy,
on there,
that's the word.
if they didn't know you, you'd know one or two. You see, not everyone on there was sex offenders. Yeah? You used to get some old Ps which were on protection. They might be debt heads. So they'd been on K-Wing, got in debt, no went in jail. They'd sign a compact to say they're not going to hurt you if you're a sex offender, and they get put on that wing.
For fuck me. I thought people like that, because when I was in the block teaching, not fucking helping down the block, they all seemed to be that. Grasses and people that had done shit, they were in there to get the fuck out to move to another prison.
Well, you know, he's way more prevalent than when I were in now, you know, people doing that. So, but they sign a compact, so if you're in debt, you're not going to be safe anywhere in jail apart from on that sex offenders wing. You've got to keep your head down, aren't you? Because if you break that compact, you go back onto normal location. So
I mean, are they getting padded up with other people?
Right. Depending on nature of offence, there were quite a lot of single cells on there. I've heard Strangeways now, prison population's gone from 12 to about 700, so most people will be single cell. It's a smaller nick than it used to be. There's obviously a risk assessment when they go in cells. You don't want to know there was a seedy side to it as well.
Right.
As in, without spelling it out, can you imagine, there were some of them that were quite effeminate, that
coupled up.
Yeah, you know, some people turn tricks or whatever. So working on there for a shift on overtime or whatever was never problematic for me, but I would never have chose to work on there. I would have refused.
Yeah. Do you know, I just remembered one thing, like away from that, it'd be good to get away from that.
Yeah.
Just, it has a lot, doesn't it? Probably one of the worst things I've seen in there, the most disgusting thing I've seen, was when we're in the Mount.
Yeah.
I've been playing poker with this lad. He seemed alright. Just like a normal lad, not like a gangster or whatever, just like a normal bloke. Now, I don't fully know what happened. I think this is the induction wing as well. The rooms were brilliant there, by the way. Single, huge. I can't believe how good that was there. Anyway, when it's come to bang up, something's happened. It's all kicked off, and it was on camera because I heard about it. So when it's all kicked off, this lad's basically, a couple of them, a female officer in her 40s, proper nice, decent woman, not a quiet, pleasant. Just went, all right, I love you, all right, or miss, whatever, you know, like that kind of thing. Not one bit of any attitude or anything about her.
Yeah.
She's asked this guy to get in. He's not gone in. He's ended up kicking off. He's got her on camera. His fucking boots are on the floor. So, and the fucking, you know, they dragged him off. It's like, and at this point, I end up working down the block, and he's down the block. And he's giving to me like, all right, Steve. I was, fuck off, you cunt. And he says, no, you don't. I says, fuck off. I said, mate, I said, not on camera.
Yeah.
You're fucking kicking, not an old woman, but kicked that fucking, where she's got her when she was down. So it's fuck. And he was doing a dirty protest, like, do you know what I mean? He's like really trying to protest that I haven't done anything wrong and all.
I'll do. Just a short clip, guys. Film with Steve, we ran out of camera battery. We'll be getting a new camera soon. We were just talking about a prisoner he come across who assaulted a female member of staff. It used to be. Back in 2015, saw one of my colleagues, female staff member assaulted. One of the cleaners said a couple of days later, don't worry, Mr. Samworth, it's sorted. When he comes out the seg, he's going to get it. And that were prison wide, he would get battered. And that's how it used to be. Vast majority of prisoners, might be abusive to female staff, but they're not assaulting them because there is consequences, or used to be. The culture in prison has very much changed. There's no dynamic security, no staff-prisoner relationships right now, and a bigger percentage of female staff have been assaulted. Also, the sort of prison unwritten rules, prisoner code,
is changing. It used to be sex offenders all together on one wing. You're now getting sex offenders on normal location and rapists, and it's being tolerated. I don't know why that is. When I say I don't know why that is, I'm not saying that people shouldn't tolerate people. I'm just saying that, you know, it was just a done deal. So yeah, any questions, get Steve back on, put them in the comments. I enjoyed the chat, me. It's interesting looking at different cultures, different prisons, prison systems worldwide. He's got a lot more stories, so like I say, in the comments, you like seeing back in. We'll do another interview, another chat. All good, yeah. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.